guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I am making Stitch from Lilo and Stitch, which is a Disney movie. I'm pretty sure most of you have heard of Stitch. He's like this cute little alien from outer space. If you haven't, here's a little image of Stitch. I think he's the cutest thing ever. The armature for this one's really simple, just a ball of foil covered in clay. I am using loads of different types of clay in this video, but please don't feel intimidated to make your own, because you can make it with one type of clay. I just have loads of different types of clay, and to be quite honest, I'm trying to get rid of the white Arteza clay. The grey clay is Super Sculpey Medium, the white clay is the Arteza polymer clay, and when I start using the pink clay, that's my Cos clay. But in all honesty, you don't need loads and loads of different types of clay. You can do it with just one type of polymer clay. To make this little cutie's arms and legs are really simple. Literally, you've just got to make teardrop shaped pieces of clay. For the legs, you just sort of need to put them into an S-bend, which will give him some nice chunky thighs. And for his arms, literally just teardrop shapes. I wanted one arm slightly bent backwards compared to the other one, because he's going to be in his hula dancing stance. So I just sort of bent one of the teardrops and then attached the arms using tiny bits of what are these things called? Cocktail sticks. I decided to make his tiny tail, despite it being completely useless because nobody sees it. However, we know it's there, so what does it matter? If we know it's there, even if you can't see it in the final piece. Continuity, that's what you got to stick to. With these tiny bits of Arteza clay that I'm making here, I'm literally just going to turn them into tiny teeth and claws. Then I pre-bake them so they'll be nice and hard for when I actually put them into like Stitch's head, because otherwise it would be very difficult to work with. With soft clay, it will just move around and they won't be very teeth shaped afterwards. To attach his tiny claws, I just dipped the small claw into a little bit of bacon bond and then kind of smushed them into the foot. I did make a small hole using a pin tool first and then sort of just squished them in. Then after that, it's just a case of refining around the little toe paw nub thingy bobs. I used my Cos clay for these teeny tiny details, like the small leaves around his little leafy ankle bracelets and his wrist bracelets, just because Cos clay kind of remains flexible after it's been baked. But in all honesty, you don't need to use Cos clay. You can use whatever clay you want. Just be careful once you've baked it that you don't break it. I only use it because I literally break half of what I hold. Apologies for the footage of Stitch's little hands. For some reason my camera went into full-on disco mode with the zoom. It just literally just kept zooming in and out, so it keeps phasing in and out, so I do apologise. You get the general gist. I did it pretty much exactly the same way that I did his feet. Literally just sculpted the shape of the little paw, and then put in some pre-baked claws. It's really quite simple, exactly the same way. I attached his little hands exactly the same way I did the arms, just poked a hole in, attached a small piece of cocktail stick and then stuck the hand onto the cocktail stick, although I don't suggest you do it this way because I really hurt my thumb pushing that in. You can't hear me, but I'm sitting there going ow, ow, ow. To make Stitch's head, I literally just used a chunk of my Arteza clay. There's no armature in there other than the cocktail stick. I just cut out the shape of his mouth after I had drawn on the basic shapes of his face, and then using a pin tool I marked out holes where I wanted his teeth, and then I just attached them using a little bit of bacon bond and my tweezers and a lot of frustration. Because I kept dropping those teeth, drove me nuts. But you don't get to see any of that. You get to see I did it perfect. Although, once he's got a few of his teeth in, he does kind of look like a ghastly. Now that I've got the basic shape of his face, I'm going back in with my super sculpey medium to, I don't know, create all the little details of his face. I started with giving him some lips and then giving him that characteristic giant nose that he has. At this point, I was sitting there thinking he looks really, really creepy and was kind of hoping that it would work out. And once again, I just had to trust the process. It worked out fine in the end, but to begin with, he looks really scary. To make his excessively cute little hula skirt, I went back to my cos clay, just cut out some leaf shapes and stuck them on. The only reason I'm using my cos clay again is, once again, it stays flexible after baking, but you don't need to. You can literally use any type of clay that you want. To make Stitch's ears, I literally just screwed up a ball of cos clay, cut it in half, and then flattened out 2 teardrop shaped bits of clay, cut in a couple of grooves, and then folded it in at one end just to make ear shapes. Really easy. I didn't attach them using cocktail sticks, which I think I probably should have. However, it's holding up fine. Just my advice to you is to attach them using a little bit of armature wire or some cocktail sticks or something like that, just for longevity, because hopefully they won't come off. I didn't have any wooden bases left, so I made my own using a little bit of my Arteza clay, and I attached Stitch using a couple of little cocktail sticks through the feet and a little bit of bacon bond with a good wiggle into the clay. It seemed to stick really fine. I think it's because he's got nice big flat feet. If you're going to use a polymer clay base in the future though, you kind of need to have an armature that kind of goes all the way through. But for some reason this worked perfectly fine for me. I can't say it would work for every sculpture, so don't do this with more delicate or, you know, less surface area that's touching the polymer clay. Have something a little sturdier, but for this it worked fine. Then I moved on to make his really cute little headdress. I decided to bring out another type of clay, because why not use every type of clay I have in my arsenal. This is Fimo. I am literally just doing a basic Skinner blend, which is where you put 2 colours together or more colours, run them through your pasta machine until they have blended really nice and you get this kind of ombre effect throughout your clay. Then I made some leaves out of them. I could have just painted my normal clay like I normally would, but why not use every type of clay I have? Then I went on to do a few more little details, some shells, a starfish kind of thing, and I put him in for his bake. After baking, I literally went straight into painting, obviously once it cooled down. I'm using my Arteza paints and just my Arteza paints today. I didn't use anything else that I can think of. Oh, I decided to use this technique as well. It was suggested to me by one of my subscribers, Deborah. She suggested about using some pastels, whatever you call them. And yeah, I really like it. I might use it again in the future. So thank you very much, Deborah, for the suggestion. Painting the inside of his mouth was one of those moments where I had wished that I had popped a little bit of red clay into his mush. So if you're going to make him, perhaps do that rather than trying to paint behind all those teeth. Although it wasn't too difficult. I have attempted far harder challenges where it comes to trying to paint things in the past. So, but yeah, if you're going to do it, put a little bit of red clay into the mouth is my suggestion. Once the green on his hula skirt had dried, I went back in with a slightly lighter version of the same colour, just added a little bit of white and a tiny bit of yellow to the colour, and then dry brushed over the leaves just to bring out all those lovely feathery details that I popped in. After my complete and utter idiot moment, I whipped up a small batch of this craft resin. It's not my usual resin. This one I can't actually find the brand name, so I will leave a link down in the description if you want to use it. It's not my favourite, but it did the trick. It just it clouded up a little bit, but that might have been because I decided to use some acrylic paint to colour it rather than my usual alcohol inks. I was kind of just trying to be quick about it. I'm not quite sure why I was rushing this bit, so my advice to you is don't rush these processes. It came out fine, yeah, but I wasn't too keen on the resin. To create the little waves, I just popped a little bit of white acrylic paint onto a toothpick and swirled it around a little bit, and I think it looks really cute. After that, 24 hours, let it cure, and he's done. Our wonderfully cute, adorable Stitch is finished. If you like this video, then please do take a minute to pop over to my playlist. I'm sure there is something else in there that you will really enjoy watching. If you're new, then take a minute to subscribe. Just click the subscribe button. It's completely free, don't have to pay anything, and you'll just keep up to date with my videos as I post them. So thank you very much, guys, for being here. It's been a joy to make this one, actually. It was really fun. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.